even your screw-ups work together for good. All things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purposes. All things. But our own self-absorption won't always allow that. But self-absorption can also manifest itself not just in the way we handle our money and helping people, not just in the mistakes we make and learning from them and actually overcoming that shame and guilt and withdrawal and isolation where we actually make ourselves available. But self-absorption affects us in general. Yesterday was very interesting for me. Yesterday was the work day that we have with Restore St. Louis. And, you know, Tim and Steve went for the first time last month. And whenever Steve first introduced me to his friend, Steve St. Pierre, and I first thought about what this could do, and I thought, you know what, if we can get Meadowbrook involved in this, and actually, you know, if we get 10% of our people involved in this work day on a regular basis, it's going to be a success. If people show up and they're not sick and whatever else, we run around 100 people. So if we can get 8 to 10 people, I'd be thrilled with 7. It's a success. First month I had 2 people. Tim got preached about it, you know, the whole thing. And we recognized the need to be missional. Yesterday, let's see how many people show up. No, we didn't have 10, we had 17. I was thrilled with it. Thrilled with it. Didn't know what to expect. They sent out a newsletter saying, bring your rakes because we'll be raking leaves or whatever. I'm going, okay, that's great, you know. Take an extra allergy pill before I go so I don't, you know, die on the way, but that's all right. We'll do this, it'll be great. You know, kids are going to come up and Kingston wants, you know, the night before, hey, can my girlfriend come in? Absolutely, born in America, going to be raking leaves or whatever else they need. That's going to be great. We're going to have a great time. Went out and bought extra rakes, extra gloves. It's going to be great. Get there, and okay, we got different assignments, whatever. Jeff, we're not going to be raking leaves. Okay, that's great. You know, whatever. Fine to do that. Where are we going? Well, Steve says, you're going to go with me. We're going to go do another thing. Okay, great. Now, to understand the rest of the story, you have to understand 20 years ago. 20 years ago, a couple in our church was saying, we're going to move from point A to point B, and they were college students. They said, hey, we got some college friends coming over, yada, yada, yada. Jeff, can you come bring your truck, help us move stuff? And everyone going, absolutely, this would be great. You know, I'm the minister, I should be there anyway. Fine, happy to be there, no problems. I showed up and realized I just walked into a place on earth that was known as hell. It looked like they were surprised that that day was the moving day. See, whenever I moved, and I know that the moving day is on this Saturday, the 4 weeks ahead of time, we're boxing things, and we're labeling things, we're putting things together and setting things aside. We're going to bare necessities, the very little you can get by, and the night before you box up everything else, you put everything together. This is going to be great, so as soon as people get there, wham, you start moving stuff, and you get it out of there, and you make it easy and quick and fun and whatever, and you buy beverages for everybody. It's going to be great. And after that day, I said to God, no matter what you think you're going to do to me, I ain't never doing that again. And then Saturday showed up. And a lady, if I understood right, a lady that was a part of the church there that was very helpful and helped a lot of other people, was moving from an apartment to a house. So they wanted some of the people who showed up that day to go help her as well. So we're moving. And, you know, I'm thinking, okay, all right, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I can do this. And we go in, and it, you know, to me it looked like they were surprised that was the day they were going to move. And I'm thinking, okay, thank God the kids have to be in Sykeston for a halftime presentation that I can't get out of. So my time here is limited. I can only be here for about 2.5 hours or so. You know, I can do anything for 2.5 hours and not kill anybody. It's okay. And I'm going through this day, and the whole time I'm there, I'm thinking, why wouldn't these people have, and they didn't, there wasn't a moving truck. We're moving everything in minivans, multiple trip minivans. You know, and it's like, okay. And after a while, she says, well, there's also a washer and dryer in the basement that needs to go also. And I'm thinking, and she says, but they're apartment size, so not very big. And I'm thinking, you know, okay, I can do that real quick. That's no problem. So I go down to this basement. There's this cage, and you know, there's one hanging light bulb that doesn't work, and the washer and dryer, and a cage full of clothes. And she says, yeah, we meant to get this stuff ready, but we didn't have time. So I'm thinking, Kingston, you need to come and help me. So we're moving stuff out of the basement. And I'm fighting with the washer because the hose is corroded onto the faucet and won't come off. And, you know, this whole thing. And I'm fine, but I'm thinking, what is wrong? Why couldn't, and I'm thinking of all the ways that I would have done it, all the ways it should have been done, all the ways it could have been done. And along the way, as Kingston and I are carrying out this dryer and this washer, it's like the Lord's walking alongside of me, and He says in His great spiritual way, shut up. Shut up, Arthur. What do you care whether they box stuff up or not? Do you have any idea what this lady's been doing the week before? No. I know what she hasn't been doing. And we're having this conversation in my mind as we're carrying out this washer and dryer. And he's going, I didn't ask you to come over and prep her. I didn't ask you to come over